Oh, you wasting my time? That won't happen again. Oh, you decided to waste my time? I'm not gonna allow that to happen again. How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and that's the topic of today's discussion. When I'm thinking about this, I'm actually thinking about it's no better way to say it. It's time wasting people. People that just simply serve the purpose of distracting and wasting your time with the foolishness that I don't know if with the way that they're wired, but they serve the purpose to distract you and confuse. It's almost like they're running interference for something. One of the things, a lot of my videos have pointed to aspects of people and things in your life that may take up places and unnecessary time up off in your life. But in this video, it's a little bit different because I'm specifically talking about people that waste your time. I recently had an incident where I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm actually keep it as general as possible. But I'm just going to say it was over the course of 3 days, and it didn't initially start out like that. It started out with the person not being, trying to keep out some of the details here. The person not being really forthcoming in their moves or what they were doing, and me having this open schedule, this openness form to come in, at their convenience. And it led to 3 days of them wasting my time. First and foremost, every step of the way that I checked in with the person when this was going on, they were doing, and this is all that I'm going to say in the video in regards to whatever it was that they were doing. They were doing what they wanted to do, despite what I was expecting them to do. The only reason why I was expecting them to do is because it was something that they had notified me that they would be doing in a certain time frame. So that was the only reason why I was expecting it. I was expecting it, and this is nothing with monetary value or anything. This just came down to time. That's the reason why I'm talking about it. Time just came down to us interacting. And the first time it was blown off, it was just like, oh, I'm feeling X, Y, Z, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this. And then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm feeling the same way. But I opened up my schedule to you because this is what you stated that you would like to do. Now you're feeling the same way and you backed out. Now, when I thought about this, when this occurred, and it's not that the person's not able to change their mind or what have you, it really was a learning experience for me, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, now you were ready to think about this for a moment here. You were ready to forego whatever was going on, and it just so happened it was the same exact thing that was happening on both sides of the table. The reason why they stood me up on with my time, wasted my time, and the reason why I had foregone what it was that I was about to do and keeping the door open up for this person. So when I called, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I decided to do X, Y, Z. And I'm like, yeah, I need to do X, Y, Z too. It's just like, but here it is, I've already foregone as long as I have, and then now I'm waiting. Second day came around, was like, we'll address this the next day at this particular point in time. Set that time aside, was met with, second thought, I'm not going to do this. I'll do this at a later date. I'm really, really oversimplifying this situation and really, really generalizing what has occurred. But it's almost like one of those clauses that that play at the end of a movie or play at the beginning of a movie when it says the names and the names and people of this is fictitious, and these incidents, even though they may represent something realistic, it's made up. But my clause is the example that I'm giving you. All you need to keep in mind is the person was wasting my time. It was exactly that. So there's really no need up for the details. I know you would like the details. It probably sounds juicier, but I'm going to keep this general. I'm going to keep this professional. Third day came around. All I'm going to say about the third day when this came around was it was a half-hearted effort. It was so half-hearted that other people, the bystanders that had observed what had occurred, was like, what was up with that situation? 3 days. Wasting my time. And it led me to see, one of the topics of this video, or the topic of this video, not one of the topics of this video. I think I'm going to say one of the topics that I'm choosing to really focus in on this channel is you have some people that just simply serve the purpose of wasting your time. Now keep in mind, everything I'm talking about with these examples, nothing was life or death. Nothing came up that was life or death. It was clear on the communication. It was just like, hey, but I didn't want to. I'll do this with you at another time. And I'm left like, what? Now, my feelings aren't hurt, and they weren't hurt from the standpoint of, oh, well, I'm not like what, we thought, or whatever position or however they may view me up off in their life. It wasn't about that. It was about a person asking for your time and then wasting it. At the end of this scenario of these 3 days, what I got was, oh, I'll catch up with you at such and such a date. And I'm thinking to myself, that's if you can catch up to me. Because I wasted essentially a week on it with you. The beginning of the week up till the latter part of the week. We were getting ready to go into the weekend. I'm fooling with this mess with you. Nothing was done. It actually made things a little bit more strenuous on me for the way that I was trying to finagle and move things around to be available for this person. And you did nothing but waste my time. And some people do that, and they'll do it without a second thought. Then I thought about other things that occurred in dealing with this person and other small little red flags that was going off. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, hey, what's important to you is important to you. But this is the way that I look at it. What's important to you is important to you. Guess what? Everybody has things that are important to them. But when you choose to deal with other people, you at least try to meet up on a common ground to where you all are sharing some sort of commonality up between what's supposed to be important to the both of you. If it's that relationship, it's that interaction, then you put other things aside if you've committed to having that interaction, and you have it with people. But some people, they choose to, they'll play you like pawns on a chessboard. They'll move you around and to how they see fit. Now, this I have touched on in older videos when I've stated where it's been times where you may call to interact with a person. I'm not getting ready to go all the way down that path to talk about what I talked about in the video, but I was just saying I've noticed the way that sometimes you can be a little bit too readily available for people, and other people use you as a time waster. Oh, you know what? I got an hour to kill between my next appointment. Let me see what Ian's doing. Not that I'm necessarily thinking about Ian. I don't really have anywhere else to go. Let me just go and waste his time. Keyword, waste. It doesn't matter on what he's doing. Let me just see. One of the things that is can really be hard to tackle and get a grasp upon is you knowing where to draw those boundaries and being available for a person when you're trying to be a friend or whatever role it is that you're seeing. Not letting a person define your role, but whatever position that you're choosing to play in that moment in time in that person's life. And you have to draw some boundaries and go, you know what, this is where you end and I begin, or the other way around, this is where I end and you begin, and knowing, hey, look, this is not the way that this is going to work. Because it can set you up to be used, misused at that. There's boundaries in everything. There's boundaries in parenting. There's boundaries at the workplace. There's boundaries between you and your loved ones. I can't think any place that boundaries don't apply to. Boundaries even apply to yourself. What do you think? Dignity, self-respect. Where do you think all of this comes from? Certain things that you set boundaries in place. And this applies to people who waste your time. Just something I want to take time out to discuss. Excuse me. And by me saying this with this person, excuse me, that had wasted my time, by no stretch of the imagination, I'm saying, hey, yeah, you're garbage, throw you in the trash. I'm just saying, recognize on what I'm dealing with so I don't fall prey to that again. Do you think at this designated time that this person had pushed me off into dealing with me, do you think I want to waste 3, 4, maybe this next time, 5 days in dealing with this? And nothing came out of it, absolutely nothing came out of it other than it being somewhat more stressful for me, finagling things around in my busy schedule to meet this person where they say that they wanted to be met. Whether you're opening it up and having a dialogue with them, which I did. I left that out in the video, which we did on that third day. We had a straight up dialogue on what had occurred. So this person knows if they get ready to reach out to XYZ and I'm unavailable, they know what occurred. That's what communication is about. Being transparent and setting those boundaries. Ending that video here. Plus this camera's about to die. I don't know why I only did 2 videos. Anyway, my name's Ayin. That was the topic of today's discussion. If you have questions, send them to my Gmail, ayin.kilimanjaro@gmail.com. I'll do my best to answer your question in a video. Check out the links in the description box. Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. I've written a book, Ayin Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. Talks about some of these very things. All right, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayin. You have a good one.